I'd like to show you a site now that's going to help you to find followers. It's called Twellow, Twellow.com. It's basically the Twitter yellow pages. You have a lot of people who you can search Twitter and find them. Now, the first thing you need to do is register for free. You put your Twitter screen name, Twitter password, your email address in, and what it will do here, you deselect these two. What this will do is send a tweet to your account saying, hey, I just registered for Twellow, which you may or may not want to do. So I'm just going to enter my details here right now and register for free. Once you've registered, it will automatically allow you to follow people from this, and for people to find you and follow them. Now, it does say at the top here that there's 5.2 million Twitter profiles here, so absolutely fantastic way of very quickly getting yourself known. So it's worth registering on this site. So let me register now, and then we'll go through, we'll find a few people, we'll look at the Twellow hood, and let's see what we can do with this site. So what you're probably going to find, initially anyway, is it's going to say, well, I can't find your screen name. So you've got to click here to get yourself listed. So you've obviously got to add yourself to this site. It's not particularly intuitive, I will admit, this site, but let's go through and do it anyway. So we'll let that load up, and then we'll go through registering ourselves on this site. Okay, so it's fairly simple what you need to do. You've obviously got a Twitter account because we've gone through and done that. But it says here, if you signed up on Twitter and can't find yourself on Twellow, then you have to add yourself here. So all you do is you put your Twitter screen name in here, and then this image text down here. So I'm going to do that myself now, and let's go through and see what's on the other side of that. Okay, so now it said that I've been added to this site, so now I can register the profile. So I'm going to register for free now and register. It's a little bit of a complex process, I must admit. It'd be much more useful if they walked you through this and they did this first and then you registered, or it did this as part of registering, but it's obviously the way they've decided to do it for whatever reason. So let's register my profile now. So I'm going to click on here and register my profile, and why don't you do the same, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, so now we've logged in, we've registered, and we're on the other side. Now you can see here's my profile. You can see that my name, my location, and so on. Now what I'd recommend is you go through here, you put your location in, put your URL in, never harms you, always good for SEO, another link. Put a bio in, a little bit about you. Validate your email address as well. You also want to come down here, you want to look at categories, you want to add yourself to categories, because adding yourself to categories is going to help people to find you. The more categories you're in, the better for you. So you've got browse a site, find some categories and add yourself to them. You can create an extended bio as well. If we click on that, you see that's a much bigger bio. Let's cancel that. Okay, so all of this, you can add links as well. So I can add my Facebook account. There you are. Okay, so I can add different accounts here to link the two together. It's all very clever stuff. But my point is you've got to fill this information in, because if you don't put this information in, what's going to happen is people aren't going to find you. Remember, you're using this in order to get more followers, and people can't find you if you haven't put a bio in, you haven't put categories in, and so on. So let's click on this now, and let's look at adding ourselves to some categories. Now this is the list of categories. There's an awful lot of them. What you can see up here is if there's a category you want to see that isn't here, let them know and they'll look at adding it if there's enough requests. But there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of categories. So what you need to do is go through, find the ones that are interesting you. So you may say, right, financial services, yeah, that one's good, I'll click on that one. So you click on add me, and it adds yourself to that category. So people who search that category will find you. You have a maximum of 10 categories in here that you can add, so have a look through and find them. You know, but I could also perhaps go to books, and you can see all the categories within books, so it's going to give you an idea of what you're looking for and how to add yourself to them. I mean, there's just so many different categories here, you're not going to be able to get all of them. But you can see I've gone into books, there's an add me here, so I can add myself to this. I can also see, if you look here, this tells me that we don't follow each other. This tells me he has a lot of followers. So I could add him just by clicking on follow. I can also look at the sub categories here as well. So let's go into the audiobook category. So this is a great way of finding people. Again, what I could do is I could follow them and maybe they'll follow me back, but I'll appear on their profile. So that may well help me again to find followers. What you want to do is make sure that you're following some of the top people in your field. The reason being, if you are, then you're going to find it a lot easier to get people to follow you, because they're going to see that you're what they consider involved in the community, one of the crowd. So that helps. You can see here lots of different people, and all I need to do is click a button there and I can follow any single one of them. Now you can see here these people are using their own pictures, which is good. A couple here that aren't using pictures. Now let's be honest, which one of these are you likely to see? Oh well, I know that person, I'm going to want to interact with them. Not something that's got sort of that sort of picture, you know, the little happy face or whatever. You're more likely to get involved with a real person, because once you've seen them, you can trust them. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, he looks like a nice guy, sort of thing. You know, that sort of thing. It really does work. People are like that. Though, as I said, there may be some occasions where you want to use a picture like that. It depends upon what you're exactly using Twitter for. But you can see there's an awful lot of potential here. It's a great way to basically get yourself followed. Put yourself on Twellow.com and you'll find that people are going to start to follow you. They're going to look on here for people in various categories. They're going to find you. They're going to search. You can search. If I put, let's go back up to the top, all profiles, I can search for keywords here as well. Now the other thing that's quite interesting is what's called the Twellow hood. This is basically your local area. It's a list of people on Twitter in what it considers to be your local area. Not entirely sure how good it is at knowing your local area, but it comes up with a map, which is loading now, and you can see people in your neighbourhood. Now obviously you can pick a country, but it's only currently in America and Canada, so you got to pick somewhere over here really. But they will add other countries, so don't panic, they will get round to you. So there's 905,000 people there, 80,000 in Canada. That's not bad, is it? But you can click on this, you can zoom in, and you can see this is pretty good. So you can see again, the deeper colour green, the more people there are registered here. So let's go to look in Florida, for example. Okay, Florida then comes up with all this, and you can click on a city and it will pick a city. So let's let that zoom in now. And so now we have the list of people in Orlando, Florida. You can see there's 10,000 people here. It's listed in order a number of followers. So we can scroll down and we can see there's lots and lots of different people here. So that's a way of finding people in your pretty much your local area if you're in the United States and Canada, which is quite nice for you. And obviously you can start following them and get to know people in your area. So you can see Twellow.com is actually a very, very good site. It's a great way to get yourself found by people, so people will start following you. The more people you have following you, the more you can get your marketing messages or whatever messages out to them, which is obviously going to be good for you. So Twellow.com, free to use, free to sign up. You've seen how easy it is to sign up there, so please come on here, sign up, get yourself seen. Make sure you complete your profile, please, so that you've got your location, so you can be found on the Twellow hood, your interests and your categories, so that people can find you, so that they can start to follow you, and that's what you want. Then you can start letting your followers build up pretty much on autopilot.